Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Creeper World 4. That is right, we are back heading into the colony section yet again for another pack map. That's right, we are doing a random pack map, and the first one that came up was PAC Smileys. So I've hidden several Smileys across the pack map. How many can you find? Mods by mods, mods by Upawafa, Ari, and Witherstrat. Mods by mods. Is mods a modder? Interesting, I had no idea. Oh my, oh my. Let's see what we're going to do with this pack. I haven't even loaded it up, so you don't... Whoa, this is a long map. Holy moly. Ooh, that looks like a little smile right there. And that looks like a little smile right there. Okay, so we got some hidden smileys. That looks like it might be a smiley. All right, we're just doing some smiley from the sky cam. Over here, looks like there is quite the defense. I mean, look at this. That is beautiful. Oh, gorgeous. But look at the urns we're going to be getting from that. Holy moly, that's a lot of power. And you know what? I like that. I'd rather see this than just like a box, you know? Because we could mess this up, you know? So, feels pretty good there. We have an emitter over here. Very happy place. Feeling pretty good, if you ask me. Planes. Okay, so planes are going to be coming from this way, but it also means that it's not... It's fairly open. Yeah, that's definitely a nice little smiley face right there. Don't really see anything more. Oh, there we go. Nice little smiley face right there as well. So we are starting over there. What's over here? Just some growth for us. Okay. And yeah, let's get our butt a moving. So this is going to be plenty big emitters. What do we have? We have emitters, stashes, launchers, egg gens, field gens. Ooh, my. We get blubbers and things. Ooh, baby, this is going to be good. Oh, I love them. When we get floods, I'm going to try and avoid the floods. I tend not to use them. They are amazing, amazing things. The main reason I tend to avoid them is just because they do take an absorbent amount of time. And I'm trying not to take everybody's time, so to speak. You know, it's not nearly as fun in the long run, especially if it is manageable. Ooh, is that just a big old pile of AC right there? Yeah, it is. Okay, so we got some AC coming from over there. But luckily, we got some blobs at some locations. Hopefully, I'm hoping this creep does get this. Yeah, that's gonna be a problem. I was hoping the creep would get there first. It will get there eventually, unfortunately. You know what, let's do it this way. Let's say, if by 30 seconds, this isn't destroyed. Because it's going to launch in 2 seconds. So we'll at least take that bad boy out, and then we can move. Now, is it set to rebuild? Does not look like rebuilding is on. So, that's also a thing. Which means, yeah, we're going to be able to do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Let's just get that dead. Come on. Boom. Then we're going to come over here. We're going to use our first extra... Oh, it is. Rebuild is on. Rebuild is on. All right. But first excess power, we're going to toss down just some crimson. Because we want to now get to that tower, right? Let's see if we can get it through. Maybe like that. Fingers crossed. There goes the blob. Does it hit it? It does not. Glorious. Next one would have to be going over there. Got our power. And you know, still feeling pretty good about things. Maybe we'll toss a crimson over there. And you know what? I should just... come on. Just go to that guy. Right? Crimson is just going to do some solid work. Obviously, we will want some more power. This blob should be able to handle this so long as that gets out of the way. I was hoping the Crimson would destroy that tower, which it did. So now this blob should have free reign against this villain. Now, we are hitting Sniperton, so unfortunately for us, you know, it's not going to be perfect. But that blob is going to do its duty. So there we go. Boom. Just what we want to see. This blob I don't think will hit, unfortunately. So let's look at what we can do with air, perhaps, right? So let's actually just reassess. We have a couple extra power now. We have what? 2 of those. We have 4 power now. definitely will want that. Definitely want to destroy over here as well. But the question is there some air that we can do? Like over here, for instance, there's not that much air defense. We could potentially like land over here and turn this into like a landing party and move out. Air starts about here. So it looks like air starts there. I don't really see any air anywhere else, right? I mean, we could go straight for that, but I don't really care about that. Getting this might be good, because destroying that would be amazing. This is definitely tricky on what we want to do, because clearly we can just do creep and expand. But that's generally what I do, right? That's kind of one of the best ways to do things. So maybe we will swap to some spores for a little bit. You know, maybe we'll go for this just to start, because if we can get that M-Rift and Nullifier down, that's gonna be pretty substantial for us. We're gonna toss down another launcher, and you know what? Let's just do it. Let's just do launchers. You know, it's kind of fun to do at times. So let us grab these. These three can be a location of spores, and yeah, let's focus on this spot right now, while everything just spreads around. Now these will take a second to spool up, you know, so that whole thing, but that's quite okay. I am quite okay with that indeed. So, of course, these mortars will fire, but an M-Rift does not have much health, as you can see. It is down a bubble or so, and same thing with the Nullifier. I'm kind of hoping that this Nullifier will pop, and then all of a sudden, eggs just start spewing out like crazy. Now, if that doesn't happen, well, so be it, so be it. I'm perfectly fine with that. We do have some decent variation of when things will land, so this will land. I'm hoping the mortars will then hit and allow the next to land afterwards, just like that. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And that is the M-Rift and the, there we go. So that is perfect. That is exactly what we wanted to see. So now we're coming over here, right? We could try and snipe some things like this. You know, we do kind of have the energy for it, where we can just do something like this. We'll keep that down. Doesn't quite look like eggs are popping, so maybe that is not the best option, unfortunately. So maybe we do want to go just for some power. Do not want to go for super guns. I am much more keen to go with super mortars. And thankfully we're getting a pretty decent surround of it, so that might get it relatively quickly. You know, maybe 2 volleys. Yeah, I think we're going to get that relatively easily. Bazinga. And I guess we want to get this M-Rift, right? We get this M-Rift, it's going to slow down that producing. Oh, it did make an egg. Oh, it did. And if that egg gets that Nullifier, oh, you did it. The Spore Launcher of Kings. That is perfect. I don't really care too much about what it does. It just did like enough, you know. So if those eggs sort of just keep popping out, I'll feel pretty good about that. Getting M-Rifts, always just a good time. You know, it never hurts to get the M-Rifts down. I don't know if you can kill this with creep. You might be able to kill it with blobs and things. But you know what? What am I even thinking? Let's try and work on some areas, right? We need to actually get some things under control. We need this area, of course. So let's just start focusing on that. There we go. That egg did some serious work. That M-Rift is only going to help things as well. And yeah, I think all that's left, let's just see what happens. If this starts to take damage, we'll keep shooting. If it doesn't take damage, we're just going to swap them to some effective things over here, right? We're going to use some Crimson. We're going to use some pushing, because we can just push into this. This will start breeding for us, which is amazing. Yeah, that's all I wanted to see from that Spore Launcher, just that it holds. I don't really care about anything else, and I'm just curious, does this take damage? Damages. Or no? So we landed, we got some creep there. Doesn't seem to have a health bar, so I'm going to say it's not taking damage. So I'm just going to say let's just make some progress. It's kind of what we need to do at the moment. So we'll toss down just a couple of these. Of course, we'll toss down our Crimsonator in the front. We'll toss down the most important thing, the field gem. And once we get this corner, we can start to really think about the next step, right? What's the next step? Well, we can start using specials, right? And we got special units, we got all sorts of things. Oh, it did die! We actually destroyed it. And holy moly, that's a lot of creep. But you know what? Or anti-creep, I should say. I will take it. They're probably going to take the spore launcher back with that. But you know what? I am quite okay with that. We're going to probably get some bonus points right here. Thankfully, that creep was there, which is amazing. Or Crimson was there. And yeah, let's see. Bazinga, right in your face. That's what you don't want to see. You know, you just don't want to see it, and it's exactly what they're gonna see. So sucks for them, but that is our job. So now we're gonna shift things over. You know, we're gonna shift it to a wee bit closer, and that's just gonna allow us to really spread. Look at that! Oh, it's gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. There we go. We're taking out. We gained a couple more power as well, which is just going to give us more emission in this area, allow us to get this shield, get this corner, get this breeding for us, because the more natural breeding that we have right now, just the better. I wonder if we do that and destroy you. Was it too late? It was too late. It was too late. Yeah, it's too late. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. Although that did pop up. I mean, if this can get an emitter over here now, especially because we have a little bit of extra juice, yeah, see, we might be able to just use this as our new staging ground, right? Toss down a couple of emitters down here, sort of just move up from there. So let's just plan on that, right? So we can do that, get the Crimson out of here, and just start cutting them off. Oh no, I killed all my emitters. Oh no, I'm such a fool! I hit Control A on my emitters. Oh, this'll turn them on though. This'll turn them on. I can't believe I did that. That was so silly of me. Control A, you're the worst. But we're gonna get a couple of emitters up here. We're gonna start to come out from here, because if we can cut this off, then we'll be in a much better state, right? Why push up when we can just sort of cut them off in the middle? Although I am surprised that this is not enough to turn on. I guess there is a lot of AC here, isn't there? I didn't think there was still that much AC, so for now, we'll just push up, because I want these turned on, right? I hope with this egg that is getting snipped, with this emitter, we can turn on another emitter or two. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now we can start to fight against this AC from this side, move it out, move it over, and yeah, it's gonna feel pretty good now, because we're gonna get some Crimson, of course. Start that train going, and these are just pushing themselves, right? We're pushing down here. We're almost now to the point where we can potentially start to think about doing some tricky business. Not quite though. We don't really have that much in the way of spreading power, but oh, there we go. That is gorgeous. Ooh, deficit ahoy. Definitely don't want that, but we do want this to spread. This is going to be some good stuff, because, you know what, with the Crimson, with everything, we're going to try and push on over here. Maybe we'll even toss down a launcher, you know, just get one, because, you know, you never know. Having a blob, having a skimmer just at the ready might be all we need sometimes. So, I like how this is spreading. We want to get that as well. But look, I mean, we're basically going to cut this off relatively easily. Let us also swap you out for a field gen, right? Put a field gen here, say push on down there, try and get these snipers. Because if we can get the snipers out of the way, then this blob can actually hit its target, of course. Unfortunately, it won't for a little bit. We just need to get both of these snips out of the way, which we're going to work towards. One down, of course. Two, potentially going down. All the emitters doing the work that they need to do. Although, I guess we don't even need that now. Yeah, this launcher is not going to do very good work, I suppose. Unfortunate for me, but I think we're getting that just regardless. Sorry, launcher. You know what? You're just not going to do it for me. I'm sorry. Is that guy still holding on? Like, really, my dude? Please stop it. There we go. There we go. And we are reconnected. Whew. And these guys completely cut off. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We can start the mesh train. So let's make it a 2. So what do we want? We want a nice pool of mesh. And again, use it like pylons, right? Now, I'm bringing it down here because this is a breeding section, right? So we want to get all the breeders in the mesh, so that's why I'm bringing it down like that. I guess we could have come up and around. It might have been more effective that way. But you know what? I'm okay with that. We're going to bring this all the way forward. Beautiful. Let that fill itself in. We can fill it in from the top as well, but I'm not too keen on that at the moment. Right now, I think that is how I want to do it. So, ooh, that's actually a perfect place for a new pusher. The field gen, of course, just tossing it down, and this will be what we use to go for this bad boy. So where do we have next? Over here, looking pretty good. This side, we definitely need to take out again, which is a shame, but it's not the end of the world. We mostly want to just focus on where we can... I really want to push that on, but that mortar just shut it down. So you know what? That's fine. That's fine. We'll just change. Adaptability is one of the big keys. It is interesting that I'm saying push over here and it's just sort of expanding over here. I'm quite okay with that because you know it's working pretty good, especially because now we can just toss this this bad boy just right over here and say you go for that because it's all crimson and he's not gonna like it. Oh no, not gonna like it indeed. So, you know what? It worked out. It worked out pretty well. Again, just a mission right in front of them. And even a re-crimsonation, right? Because the crimson is sort of gonna die off, but that re-crimsonation is all that's needed. Get us another power, get us more emission, and then we can start doing the good things. Alright, this is spreading nicely. We are now pretty much to the point where we can indeed start to cut this off, get this zone to be ours, and that's going to get rid of the Emrift. And as we all know, getting rid of Emrifts, huge for us. So one thing we want to do as well, what's nice is this should keep the creep nice and thin creep destroys mortars, right? All the mortars are going to shoot over here. That mortar's already dead. Doesn't even know it. And it's done. Thin creep is good creep for mortars, right? We see, look at that, just that little bit. That's all it needs, and all the mortars are going to die from it. You know, they just can't clean up under themselves. It's a shame. It's going to get the Emrift. It's going to make all of these not have the energy they need nearly as fast. So everything's just going to push. It's going to be nice. Feels pretty good there as well. I do want to start getting some special units, so maybe we will toss down, I don't know, a blubber or two. Let's just see what happens with that. It's going to drain most of our creep, if not all of it, but we don't really care about that right now, right? We're primarily pushing with our emitters up top. So let's just see what happens with the creep in the back. I mean, realistically, what I probably should be doing is just working on like 2 or 3 floods in the back, because that'll just charge up over time. Wow, these take way more creep than I was expecting them to take. I mean, I knew they took a bit, but I thought we had more down. So that was on me. But that's okay, because again, we're going to push over to the side, cut all this off. This will be fine. It's going to be fine. As you can see, it is relatively fine. Maybe too much in the way of blubbers, but hey. A couple blubbers are coming out. I just want to see what the blubbers can do. Obviously, the skimmers will do just as much, if not more work. But, I mean, I never use blubbers. Well, I do, just usually, like, way at the end, right? So, using them, like, early feels pretty different. Not saying it feels good, not saying it feels bad, it just feels different. A little bit of a deficit here. We're moving along. Let's get the Berthas down as well. Clearly, we're gonna need them destroyed, because that's just gonna, again, free up all of our creep. Yeah, I mean, that's a good amount of blubbers. They're doing some work, so I'm not super complaining about that. You know, it's not perfect, but they did some work. You know, I'm happy. I'm happy. You did good, blubbers. You did good. Meshitude though needs to continue. You go up. You're gonna come around and go up. Yeah, I'll even do that. Just so. And there we go. And you'll connect across, just to have a nice little connection point. So again, keeping the mesh kinda flowing. This is now all turned off, which is only gonna make things better, and this is gonna go under as well. So yeah, we're still making pretty decent progress. A flood definitely wouldn't hurt for our monster assaults, but hey, yeah, it's not all about the monster assault all the time. Sometimes it's just about the gains that we made along the way. So, feels pretty good. There we go. There goes the Berthas. Those 4 being done. How much of this? Wow, there's still a lot of this map left. Whew. So much indeed. But, again, we've taken over this. This is just going to take itself. This doesn't even matter. The mesh is actually lagging behind again. So bring that up, we'll curve off into here so we have some curling up, and yeah, still feeling okay. So I guess the question is, if we were to want to say take this out, 1, 2, okay, there's way too many of those to do, unfortunately. So let's see, specials, what do we got? Actually, I just took away all of my emitters, so let's not do that while I look at things. I can put the emitters back later on, of course. Of course, those aren't even turned on, so let's not worry about those. But let's just make sure we're just filling things with creep right now while we look at our specials that we want to do, right? So we could just supercharge some floods. We got eggers, skimmers. How much does a skimmer take? So if we drop a skimmer right there, how much do you take? You take 5,000 just like the others. So it does take quite a bit. I'm not going to put nearly as many, but I do want a couple of these down. And you know what, maybe we'll put 1 down towards the front, because that's where most of our creep generation is anyway. These should, 15 skimmers, gosh, that's so many skimmers. So that feels pretty good. These should pop relatively quickly, because we're not overloading. There we go, 15 skimmers coming up one side. This should fill relatively quickly, because again, we have all the emitters nearby, even though we are losing some ground, unfortunately. And yeah, I think we're kind of okay with that. So let's see what happens with our first wave of skimmer assaults, right? I mean, it's so effective. It is so effective. Like, painfully effective. Like, don't get me wrong, I love skimmers, they're amazing. But they're like too freaking good. They literally shut off like this entire front half there. This is gonna be able to make it over, destroy those, no problem. Yeah, I don't really see any way around it. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna do a little side venture for these skimmers. We're gonna mesh up this area. We'll even hook it into the main line of mesh. But we're just gonna do like this. This is a lot of meshing. I know. And, you know, we'll even hook this in. Get your butt up there. So everything's nice and connected. Feels pretty good about that. This is still connected. Good, 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 good. And now that this is all connected, we are going for our skimmer waves, right? Look at it go. I mean, we have a nice pool right here. If we drop down, I don't know, 4, 5... Let's see, how does this do in filling up 5 skimmers? So, we are losing some ground, of course, or losing some creep, which happens. Let's toss down another one in the pool. Bazinga. I actually figured 5 of these would turn on faster. I mean, I know these are, I'm sure these are like 50 every 0.5s, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 11. I guess it's about 10 seconds per skimmer, isn't it? Yeah, I guess it's not that fast. So that is a thing, but look at just the destruction. I mean, it's so much faster than launchers will allow. You know, we're basically, ooh, you know, we should just really push to there, because that's just going to be 6, right? 6 more. We somehow got 2 more power out of that as well, so I'm not going to complain. I'll do this just to sort of help push as we do these more skimmer waves, right? So we're going to do another. We're going to start slow though. We're only going to do 3 at a time. Let that drain quite substantially. 3 should pop relatively quickly. This crimson should actually help. If some skimmers start to attack over here, then this should push in naturally. That's kind of my goal. Maybe we'll toss down. There we go. Pop. Toss down a couple more. Destroy that. Let's grab ourselves a field gen. Toss it in over here. Ooh, field gen. Toss it in over here. And say push in with the stunned units and the crimson and everything else, right? That should help just a wee little bit. Maybe we even get our emitter that much closer. Another wave of skimmers coming in. We'll move our field gen closer as well. So we're sort of double dutying, right? We have our crimson, we have our 1 emitter, which is not nearly as much, but we're using most of our other emitters to, ooh, crimson, come on, get down, you can do it. There we go. Now we have more emission for the system. So I don't want these emitters in the flow, so to speak, because I really want to have enough creep to start to take over the map while the skimmers do their dirty business. So I still want to keep this to be sort of the main breeding area, and then I want these emitters just to fill up the creep so it can actually flow forward. We are getting to the point though where, you know, the planes are going to be a problem, unfortunately. So maybe we need to do a little side attack. You know, sneak up the side, if you will. Because, you know, the planes are going to be a slight problem. So we're going to just line up a whole slew of these bad boys just up the side. We're going to toss this down. Let everything flow naturally. Ooh, look at that. We got some lovely friends. And yeah, just keep the skims coming. So we're gonna plan for a big skim wave. We're gonna drain the swamp, so to speak. Let them take their time. Oh, that's perfect. That is perfecto. And now these can move along. So our goal, the goal that I want right now is to sort of have emitters be up this side of the wall, because this is very clearly not where the ships are fired. So I would much rather have them do that. So for instance, if I field gen over here, say push up, we can move up the wall, get to the planes, turn them off, let everything go. But look at our skimmer set. Oh, it's beautiful. I mean, it's always so painful to see, just because you know what's happening. But yeah, they're doing a monstrous amount of work. And again, if we focused on some floods to begin with, like if we had like 3 or 4 floods, I think that would be more beneficial, but at the same time, by this point in time, I don't even think we would have had one or two. Again, the floods are quite the expensive trek. And I really like putting things in this kind of pathing, you know, where we're really spreading it out, because it does mean they have to travel further. It gives them more, you know, it gives them more time to spread out. Look at that. He's so happy. He's so happy. Oh, jeez. We even turned that puppy on. There we go. Okay. I am not going to complain about that whatsoever. So far, so good. Did we get rid of their factory? No, their factory is right there. Their factory is just out of Redon. Interesting. Okay, okay. 5, 6. Yeah, this is a big emitter. Let's just make it the bigger emitter. Because, you know what, we're just going to move out to the side, get over here, we're going to get their... I mean, do we even care about getting their factory? You know? I guess we do, because there's some lasers and things. So, it can't hurt. But we do need that field gen in order to push through properly, of course. So, we'll do that. Field gen it over this way, really push into that AC. We could go straight up to the top, but I don't really care about going straight up to the top. We want to destroy everything. Joe just uses field gen to spread in all directions, I suppose. Yeah, see, now we still even have some coming, which is what I wanted to see, right? We just want to see everything coming from everywhere. So, I do like this sort of spread them out, let them do their thing. On the mesh, of course, so... Yeah, that's gonna do us some solid work, of course. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We got 6 more power? Why would you give us 6 more power? I mean, I'm not complaining, I suppose. That would be silly, but... Up we go! There we go. Beautiful. Let's really focus on taking this top, because we don't want this AC to ruin our day, right? We clearly just want to ruin their day. And the best way to do that is emission and field gens, because field gens will push it off of the breeder, and the emission will just, you know, completely decimate them entirely. So it's sort of a double whammy. I guess we do also want to extend our... ooh, look at the waves. So, oh, coupler dying back there. Interesting. Interesting. Also, speaking of interesting, egg gen, just pop all eggs, please. I appreciate it. Look at that. Look at that egg pop wave. That should help, I mean, look at our low creep back here. It's so sad. Oh, I feel so sad. But that's okay, because we just got a nice little influx of creep while we do this. So, not too terrible, if you will. Let's just move on up. Get a couple of these emitters moved up. Let's get our field gen moved up. And that way we can easily take over the rest of this. So destroy that. Grab a new field gen. Again. Ooh, let's actually push that one out of the way. Emitters, boom, just like so. Just get all the emitters in the world. And field genning through is really the way to go. Now, unfortunately, they do have the capital ships, and capital ships very much don't care so much for the spam, unless it is an incredible amount of spam. Now, do we want to do an incredible amount of spam? I mean, I'm not saying I don't want to do it, right? Yeah, let's do some shifting here, just for ease of the front line. We're gonna do something like that, just to help out. We no longer need this. No, that's spore. I mean, you tried, spore. You tried. We'll mesh up the sides, so all the way up to the front lines. I shouldn't have had it go up the top. That's perfectly fine. Bring you all the way down to that, and then we'll just have an arch there. We'll sort of have a nice little beam there, we'll have a beam there, just to catch any creep that we want. A beam coming off of that. It'll be kind of pretty. And fortunately or unfortunately, I am getting rid of our emission down below, right? We have tons and tons we can do. I am going to try and fill this mesh up, though. So best way to fill up mesh is sort of just to dot around emitters on the mesh. You know, it'll just fill it in that much faster. Oh wow, does that actually... Oh no, that's just the edge. There we go. Hopefully that fills in. I'm not 100% sure because it's not like 100% on it. Doesn't quite look like it, unfortunately. But look at this. See, like we're filling in the... Look at how fast this mesh is filling in now. Oh, it's beautiful. It is beautiful. The front line, I mean, look at this. We really didn't do anything. Sure. You know, we could, if we wanted to, do more of the big time things. Connect up. Come on. Come on, mesh. You can do it. You can do it, mesh. You're so strong. There we go. I mean, look at this. I mean, the front line is just happening, right? So now what do? We go back. Of course. That's right. The skimmer's coming yet again for the mite as well. Our mesh is that much longer. It feels pretty good. I'm not so upset. Again. Ooh, wow, they're already popping. I was not expecting them to be popping. I should have started in the back, I suppose. Although this is good, because now we can start in the back, but then move to the front again. Right? As you see, they're starting to pop already. So we can just toss a couple more up here like this, and it's gonna be pretty beautiful. And again, we haven't really done that much. We have a good crimson wall. A decent crimson wall, I should say. Mostly emitters, you know, right on the front lines. I'm actually pretty impressed that the wall is holding as well as it is. But yeah, we're just marching on in. We'll even put it in their base, ruining their things. But yeah, the front line definitely monstrously crippled, right? I mean, look at that. Oh, it's beautiful. It is just beautiful. So many skimmers coming in. Now the problem is, again, because we don't have a super monster hold on things. Actually, let me just mesh you in. You know, you're doing a good job. And we'll mesh this over as well. You know, getting up to the next plinth pillar, whatever you want to call it officially, might be a little bit more difficult. But we're gonna try and correct some of that. Toss down a whole slew of these right where they need to be. And yeah, getting them down here I think will be the biggest help overall. Because we're literally just gonna bleed right into them, right? I mean, we're through the wall, we're emitting in their things. Now this wall, definitely more of a problem. You know, I don't think this is gonna be very effective. But we always use skimmers. We always use skimmers. So sometimes the blobs need their day. Sometimes. I believe in them. I believe that with enough blobs, anything is possible. So the first set of blobs, maybe not, because there's not going to be too many of them. I'm hoping like that set right there will be a pretty good value. That spore launcher, I mean, it's doing great. It's doing the most. But we are hearing some blobs go now. There we go. There we go. Plenty of blobs going down. And the main reason I want blobs here is because if they can get in, you know, by some act of something, it's going to be amazing. Now, I do want to get these emitters on this side, of course. So, more emitters, more good. And maybe, it might even be time for Crimson to reign again, right? Move them up, move the Crimsons up. Because it looks like the Crimson's kind of running out. Can a mission get to the top? A mission can get to the top. Oh my. And you know what? Is there a Mortaire lure? Air Sacker, there is a lure. So if we lure, say, there. Oh, they work. They actually work. Oh, dear. I always feel bad when lures work. Because once they do, airships don't matter. Like, this airship no longer matters. Nothing can stop this creep. It feels so bad. Or good. You know. Let's toss one or two in there. Oh, I guess there is a fair bit of defense there. Wasn't really paying that much attention, I'm not gonna lie. But we have emitters. A lot of emitters. And we have a field gen. So we're not actually gonna do a super assault for the final bit. We're gonna just push in because we got the lures. You know? They are holding us back, but not enough. I mean, you can see they're trying. It's effective, but not effective enough, right? We have emitters on emitters on emitters. The field gen is going to push. Come on, push it in. We just need a tiny bit more. I am actually very impressed by the amount that they are holding here. I figured, yeah. Oh wait, it's because the Crimson's too far back. Aha! Success. All we need is maybe a Crimson here, a Crimson. See, we need a little bit more for the Crimson to be too super effective. I basically need to move this line just slightly back. But now that the Crimson's down, you can see it's starting to gain. It's starting to gain. And if it gains enough, you know, for instance, if we just do something like this and just gain just that little bit, just get all these meshitude up and push that forward. I know mesh isn't necessarily the best like this, but if it lets us get an emitter there. Actually, we didn't even need the mesh for that. I thought the mesh would help because, you know, it helps with those little pushes. But, yep, there you go. That's it. We have made it into their base, into their things. This mesh can now go. Sorry, mesh. You did what you needed to do, kinda, but it doesn't matter. We've made it into their base, into their things, cutting off this side of power. It's a shame. I do like the thought that we didn't just go with the super overwhelm. We could have just kept doing skimmers and blobs and things like that, but we didn't. We swapped strats to really showcase the power of the creep itself. You know, I mean, the creep is very powerful. It enjoys its power, it enjoys its destructive nature, and yeah, we no longer need you, and we'll take out the base. That's right. We're just gonna let it flow. 4 more. 3 more. I guess just a field gen over there. Just do it. Get it done. Do it. Do it. That's right. Plenty of doing it. I think we played with this long enough. And there we go. I wonder if I do special blubber. If I do a blubber right there, will you fill, pop, and hopefully destroy the base first? Because the base has a good amount of health. It's getting there. Maybe not. Oh, the base has 3 health left. The blubber's almost done. You can do it, blubber. You're right next to the base. Oh, now the base is gone. Oh! Yeah! Look at that! Oh, it worked. Congratulations, you completed the map. I hit a total of 14 Smileys. Oh my, I completely forgot about the Smiley hunt after literally the start. Well, there was clearly one. We saw a couple. I mean, that was one. There was one in this corner. You know, there was that one. So that's what, 3? Ooh. Not great. Not great. I am... Ooh. That might have to do with the smiley somewhere. I'm sure there are others. We could expand the map and take a look, but I just want to destroy everything. Honestly, that's kind of my hopes and dreams, and it feels pretty good. So there we have it, though. Plenty of a mission. Move it over to the edge. Move it over. Get them in there. Oh, just wipe the rest of the world. And you know what? I'm gonna leave the beacons or the mortar lures where they are. I will add one more though, because you know what? That guy is starting to hinder my flow. So by adding that one, now he's gonna shoot over here, allowing the creep to just finish everything off. Beautiful. Beautiful. I think this is the last thing with ammo, and it no longer has it. There we go. Oh, it's beautiful. You're done. You're done. The creep rules the world. I'm surprised there's so much creep back here. You know, we were using that quite extensively. I like our mesh network as well. You know, look at that. It has a nice little breeding pool in the middle, you know. Quite a neat design. Almost like a DNA, you know? You got your double helix going on, splits in the middle. Yeah, we made a DNA meshitude. Beautiful. Let's get out of here. Probably not the best of times. I was just having a lot of fun. So, yeah, 25. I mean, not terrible time, honestly. Wow. Way better time than I was expecting. There's definitely some times that beat me, but not many. Holy moly. And this was just having fun. So glorious for us, having a good time, destroying the map, getting a decent time. I will take it. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed. If you want to check out this map, tell me how many smileys you can find. How many did you see in this playthrough? Because maybe you know where they all are, and you're like, yep, there it is, there it is. You missed it, and that's perfectly fine. I'm blind, I think. You know, I think I've clearly established that. So, but have a wonderful day. I'll catch you next time. And take care. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Adios.